Regan Slaymaker for Not Just Boxing, and I have the pleasure to be joined by the WBC interim world flyweight champion Galal Yafai. Galal, great fight for yourself on Saturday night. Mandatory challenger Francisco Rodriguez Jr.
Yeah, it's a good fight for you. I know, not for myself. Now, hopefully, it's going to be a good fight, interesting fight. He comes to bring the heat. He comes to fight. You know, he's typical Mexican. Comes forward, throws a lot of punches, stubborn, fit. So it should gel for a good fight.
Definitely, mate, as well. I was looking at his... obviously, I didn't know much about Francisco Rodriguez. You look at his record, first thing on his box rec, couple of losses, but you look at those losses and then who he's beaten, unified world champion, and then losses to close fight to Ioka, Junto Nakatani. He's only lost to really, really good opposition. I mean, you beat him on Saturday. Not that we didn't know this already, but it really announced yourself onto that world scene as well.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I probably should be on there already. You know, I beat the #1 Ring Magazine champion, who was a ranked fighter in Sonny. He was #1 in the world. I didn't put him there. Ring Magazine put him there. So if I'm not there already, then yeah, it's a nightmare for me. I don't know what people have been watching, but yeah, hopefully I can get a good win Saturday and get that world title shot.
Definitely, mate. So I do want to talk about the Sonny Edwards win. I mean, I remember being there ringside, and quite frankly, Galal, and this is a compliment to you, I could not believe what I was watching. I thought it would be a 50-50 fight. Whoever would basically box the best on the night would get the decision, both you and Sonny. But what I did not expect was a one-sided beatdown. I mean, first of all, how do you reflect on that night back at last November?
Yeah, it was like a blur, really. It was obviously it was a great night for myself. You know, there was a lot riding on it. Me and Sonny had history. But we sparred for years, and I kind of knew what I had to do. And I don't want to disrespect Sonny because we actually get along and we're cool. But he was a really good fighter. I just think I was better. And yeah, I'm glad I proved it.
Definitely. I want to ask you a question. There was a little bit of an exchange between yourself and Eddie on the top table. Do you think, because Sonny retired afterwards, do you think you get the full credit for that win? Because I've seen things online. People forget he beat Adrian Curra on his fight before that.
6 months before?
Yeah, 6 months before. World champion in his last fight. I mean, yeah, because Sonny retired after, do you think you get the full credit for that win? Because it was a monumental win, and the way you done it as well.
But it's like this now. It's like me, I looked amazing in my last fight against Sonny. But it's like me being terrible on Saturday, awful, and then saying, I'm retiring, and everyone going, oh yeah, he was at the end, you can see at the end. I only battered Sonny 6 months ago, so... You know, it is a bit disheartening, but Sonny will only know what he was going to do. But see, Sonny's he was a good fighter. I just think I was his anecdote. I was just his. The styles didn't for him. I was all wrong for him, and I think I could see that when we sparred. But it is what it is. He's had a great career. He's been a world champion. He's done something I haven't done yet, and that's become world champion. So hopefully I can do that too.
Definitely. I mean, obviously, talk about becoming world champion. Obviously, you have that interim title, basically a guaranteed shot at Kenshiro Taraji. Obviously, he's unified world champion. But how are you viewing this fight? A lot of people are dwelling at the fight before the fight and things like that. Are you looking at it that way, or are you very tunnel vision? No, I've got Francisco Rodriguez Jr. in front of me, that's it.
I haven't even thought about the world title really like that. I haven't thought about it at all. I haven't thought if I beat him, I'm going to go for it. No, I've just thought, he's my next fight. The Taraji fight might not even happen. It's just if I win, so I've got to win. I take one fight at a time. It's probably simple for me. I take this fight. Maybe on that night, I'll think about the Taraji fight.
Definitely, mate, as well. And then I do want to touch on the community day on Tuesday that you had. I mean, how important are those days when your brothers, you go down to the gym? I see Ibrahim was there as well. How important are those for for when you were a kid, when you saw the fighters that you look up to coming into the gym? How important are those in encouraging the next generation of fighters?
Definitely, you know, it was our old gym. We want to help the kids. Like, we used to get help. I used to get help from, you know, the older guys in the gym and my old trainer, and they put a lot of time into us, and they made us who we are now. If it weren't for them, we wouldn't be here. So I think you need a helping hand when you're young and you're coming up, and hopefully we can provide that. My brothers are already providing that. We're at the gym every day. A little bit hard for myself, I'm still boxing. But obviously after boxing, I can be there a bit more, and I can do my bit too.
Definitely as well. Final one from me. I remember the first time I ever watched you ringside was the Tommy Frank fight.
Okay.
I mean, which was obviously he was British champion and things like that. I want to ask you, you're only 9 fights in, but how do you think you've improved from that night at the Utilita in Birmingham until now? What do you think are the main improvements you've made up?
I just think experience. I think physically, I won't be that far. It'll be pretty similar. But just my mind, my experience. I've had a few fights since then, not 4 fights, and I've had to learn quick. I've learned a lot in each fight. So I definitely think my experience and how I approach the fight.
Definitely, Galal, I'll leave it there. Best of luck on Saturday.
Cheers,
Thank
mate.
you again for your time.
Thank you very much.
Cheers,
Anytime.
mate. Thank you.
See you in a bit. Cheers.